listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're one.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're one.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the
West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy, it get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start. Make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he abdominal. So what the fuck you trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars. I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid. Shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance of one West rising to prominence. Cause I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupons for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 million Lucas, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. The showstopper been this proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modified the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's worth the mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when the heat's on, none of them can get through the fire around with me. And I had a nigga spin like a tire, but down the D. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me. I be one West to the death till they bury me. I'm one West till they bury me.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority. But they don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. See, everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that. Everybody gonna be boy, ass need to stop and ask you to profit. It's about to get serious. When they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, where the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. He cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new she the prophets, I tell you the scheme. If you wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed the year for parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the host in this world that don't go together. Know that it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settled. Yeah, she the prophets. I'm tired of these niggas keep talking about, you know, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know what I'm saying, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and know boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all, we don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. With step, I'm silent for show to the fake niggas. Stay silent, I got it, let's go, let's go. I ain't taking no loss, I ain't no talking, but we got the flow. I ain't no peace, just play with you. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell him we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got you, baby mother on high, got your baby pass through the fire. Ain't shit prophets, that baby soul belongs to the Lord. I dare you abort it. Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring my water. Push your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass she the prophets. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up to serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Hey, hey, yeah, hey, hey. Fuck wrong with you, boy? You know what time it is, nigga. Better watch how you step in. Yeah, but that was my nigga. Yeah. I'm in a yo. Got my nigga Rawan with me. But that was my niggas to be an honor. Under command and general, your honor. That was my niggas to be an honor and a blessing. Look, hey, straight off the top, I love all of my niggas. That shit ain't gon' stop till we on top and we ballin' my nigga. We be fly as fuck, you know them bitches be stalking my niggas. That shit'll never change and it's the same with all my niggas. City to city, I should be at home. That's what my ribs say. But bitch, I'm grown. I'm in these streets and closed caption. Niggas know we bout that action. If a nigga play with me, then my Hakim gon' let him have it. Hey, thank you the shit, the truth the shit. Nigga play, I let that Ruger hit. Get on them tracks, they be like, who is this? I'm rude with it. Ain't got no manners. All them pussy niggas talk this shit. Yeah, I know they can't stand us, but we UPK, Louisiana, bitch, that's what I'm ripping. And my niggas solid, number real ones in my section. If you wanna get down, put your boots on, start stepping. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood. I lay my life down right now for all my sisters and brothers, because I love them. I see them, dap them and hug them. It's amazing to see how well we adapt from the struggle. Born again from a life of sin, trapped in the gutter. My mind frame was to kill my own kind. Feeling inferior, waking up ready to die. Run with them killers, so it's just a matter of time. For I take your life or let you take mine. That's when I realized the slaves killing slaves while the white man live to get old. We in them graves, shit got me feeling played. I opened the Bible, went through them records, found out we was royalty, a nation to be respected. But in this world we rejected, we hated for our complex. Did fighting against accepted, we hear the truth and reject it. But love is getting corrected, and all my niggas correct me. The commandments, the foundation we erected. Brotherhood is a weapon. Brotherhood is a weapon. Better watch how you stepping, cause brotherhood is a weapon. If I die for my niggas, it'll be an honor and a blessing.
weapon, cause brotherhood is a weapon. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Hey, shalom. Yahweh Shem Shabbat Thumb, Yahweh Shema Thumb, Bashem Yahweh Shai. Priest notes on the Wanga Bar. Tuesday night brotherhood class, ISUPK, Kentucky, under Commander Hunter. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is the chosen people of God, and our oppressors, the devil, the Bible speaks of. Going on, I can clap that up. Yeah. So tonight's class, what we're gonna talk about is Israel class system confuses Gentile salvation believers. Now, I don't really believe they confuse. I just think they love white people.
Right.
Or we just gonna go with the flow, with the narrative that they just confused and they don't really know. But what people gotta understand is Israel got a class system. You know, just like any society has a class system.
Right.
You know, but they didn't turn our culture into a religion. You feel me? But if you just looked at the Bible the same way you look at the Constitution, you will see that it's a culture, not a religion. You feel me? It's just a race of people and their culture, not a religion. You feel me? So if I could, let's go to let's start off in Deuteronomy 29 and verse 9.
Come.
If I may.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 29, verse 9. Keep therefore the words of this covenant and do them, that ye may prosper in all that ye do.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like this is a covenant, or in the New Testament they call it a testament, which is basically the same thing as a covenant. It's an agreement that we had with the Lord. We was gonna be His people. He was gonna be our God. We just had rules we had to follow. This is a culture. This is not a religion. This is not a something you could just join. This is a bloodline thing. You feel me? It's like we're going all the way to 14. But confusing this with not being a bloodline thing, something you like, a lot of people should just not even ever read the Bible. The East Indians, the Africans, the Chinese, this ain't got nothing to do with them. They should never read the Bible. But everybody want to belong to the one true living God, but it's just not true. And because of that, that's why you can't even see that this is just, it's got class systems, just like any society has the upper, lower, middle class. We did too. Oh, Salaki, the water. Oh, why you always on point, nigga? Real tough. Yeah, we do it this way.
Verse 10. Ye stand this day, all of you before the Lord your God, your captains of your tribes.
Right. Okay. We stand before the Lord your God. This is, possessor. That's exactly who He is. He's our God. He's not nobody else's. And of course, He's talking to the children of Israel. you can't fake that.
Right.
You can't exegesis and eisegesis that. Oh, man. Come on, my nigga. Come on, man. They kill me with all these new words and try to confound the Hebrew Israelites. They creating words to try to confound us.
Right.
Have you ever heard of exegesis, eisegesis, and all that shit?
No.
Well, you're a very intelligent brother and a historian, and you ain't never even really heard of that shit. And it might have been circulating, but it's just funny how they coming up with all these new phrases to try to confound Hebrew Israelites because they doctrine is just bullshit.
Right.
But it's
like,
yeah, go ahead. Slack, go
if
ahead.
I can add something, sir, wouldn't that kind of go with doesn't the Bible say something to the effect of this isn't given to like the wise of the world or something like that?
Right, given the babes. When even given to the all the extravagant and extra super smart people and all them.
Right.
No, when he ain't giving to them at all for them to understand it. And that's why it's so heavy about the New Testament, because the New Testament it confounded them so much that they actually started to believe that maybe they had a part in this. Otherwise, they would have got rid of the Bible a long time ago. But the New Testament, them not being able to understand it, is probably half the reason why they even saved it.
Right.
Oh, hold on, wait. But it say you're captains of your tribes. Because this, like I said, it's a class system. If it's not a class system in Israel, what the fuck we got captains for? If there's no rank structure in Israel, why do you start off with captains of your tribes? You hear me? And Commander Hunter doing that right now. We live this Bible. He raising up captains.
Right.
You hear me? Because Commander Hunter sees some shit that we don't see, and that we gonna need more captains. You hear me? We're gonna need more captains. We're gonna need more officers. We're gonna need more troopers and more sisters, because it's about to get real.
Your elders.
Your elders, right? So you got captains, you got elders. These is different classes of people.
And your officers.
And your officers. That's why I say this is like a rank structure. You got captains, elders, officers.
With all the men of Israel.
And then you got the civilians. You hear me? You got the captains, you got the elders, you got the officers, then you got the civilians. This is all about Israel. We ain't even got in. This ain't got nothing to do with no heathens. This is just talking about it with us. Moses, well, of course, it's Aaron doing the speaking, but Moses, you hear me, is telling Israel, y'all got classes of people. You hear me? It's classes. You got the officers over there. You got the captains over there. You got the elders over there. Then you just got the civilians. They're just the regular men. You know, they ain't really doing no work for the Lord, but they Israel, they keeping the law, and they with us. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Your little ones.
The little one, and you got the kids. Boom.
Your wives.
And now you got the wives. That's why I said it's always is a class system in every society, but they done took the Bible and made it religious when it's just a culture, just a race of people and a culture.
And that stranger that is in that camp.
Right. And you got the brothers that was afar off. You feel me? You got brothers that don't know us like that. You feel me? They strangers, but they coming around. You feel me? They coming around, but they ain't with us every day. They ain't around us all the time, but you also got them too.
From the hewer of that wood unto the drawer of that water.
Right. This low class people. If you hewing wood and you drawing water, that's low class. You Israel, but that's usually low class. You feel me? Like, that's what I'm saying. All of this will confuse people to think that now God love everybody. Like, people might think that stranger was talking about heathens and stuff like that. But that's not. That's just talking about somebody that we just don't know like that. Because you'll read the Bible and you would think that all Israel knew each other. We all was cool. We they go to tribe of Benjamin over there. Them my niggas. We go holler at them. Hey, you get over there, them niggas looking at you crazy. Like, man, who the fuck is you? Who is you, man? I don't know you like that. You got the shield of David on. You look like one of us, but I don't know you. Like, what's your pedigree? You know, right. State your registry. And ain't that what we do at the Sabbath service, at the feast days? You know, the high holy days. Matter of fact, I'd rather say not the feast days, but the high holy days. When we do the Sabbath service, you got to state your registry. You feel me? You go to another city, you will have to state your registry. You feel me? You ain't finna just walk in there and be like, hey, yeah, that's what's her name. Cool. We don't know you. You're a stranger. You got to get introduced to everybody, and then you're not a stranger no more.
Verse 12.
Hold on, wait. I see ISUPK in here. I see you on mute. If you don't say something, you got to probably come off mute. Like, you ain't got no video. He probably jammed up. It's all good.
Verse 12. That thou shouldest enter into the covenant with the Lord thy God, and into his
Hey,
oath.
Salakia.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nah, I'm in the car driving back to Louisville, Salakia.
Oh yeah, you good. I was just saying if you had something to say because I see you ain't got no footage, you're gonna have to just come off the mic.
Come.
All right, Lord Christ.
Verse 12. That thou shouldest enter into the covenant of the Lord thy God,
Mm-hmm.
and into his oath, which the Lord thy God maketh with thee this day.
Right, with all the classes of people. When all from the captains all the way down to the drawers of the water. You feel me? Because we have a class system. You know, but the thing about our class system is not grievous. You can make your way to the top. Who did it? Who one of the famous men that made it from the bottom to the top? King David. The king of Israel. He was at the bottom. They didn't even think he was the king. They say, what? Man, if I could, if we could just veer off real quick, Salaki. I wish actually I was here to do this, but I'm gonna try not to do it a lot though. Okay. I'm gonna try not to, because we gotta get in here and get up out of here. But if I could, if you can go to 1 Samuel 16:7, we'll go back to that one, Salaki.
The book of 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature.
Right, because Saul, he was a big, tall brother, warrior, soldier, killer. You know, they was scared of Saul. But King David, especially being a boy at this time, I mean, they looking like, man, who the hell is this nigga? This nigga can't be the king of Israel. Surely this is not the king of Israel who's gonna unite the kingdom. You feel me? Surely this is not who the bloodline of future kings is gonna come out of. Not this guy. He chasing around lamb and shit. You know?
Because I had refused him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth.
Right, and that's a fact. The Lord, he see not like a man see. You know? The Lord don't see like a man see. So the thing about our class system, unlike the so-called white man class system, it's not grievous. Nigga, you can go from the bottom to the top in our class system. You can be a draw of water, and then you serve the Lord so zealously, nigga, you the king of Israel now. You feel me? Your morality, what's inside of you is what the Lord see. He don't see the outward appearance. He don't care how good you look or how good you don't look. How many women you got, how many women you don't. How strong you is, how weak you is. The Lord see what's inside of your brain. You feel me? How good of a person is this? What's the morality of this person? Is this person for real about the truth? That's what the Lord see. You feel me? He don't see what men see. Men see the physical appearance, the money, cars, clothes, the hoes. I suppose. I just want to be successful looking at it. You feel me? That's the Drake line, man. He put out a lot of albums. I don't know how that just came off the top of the head. But yeah, though, we ain't even got to read the rest of that. That was just the point of what I was trying to break down about our class system. You could go from the bottom to the top like King David did. And then like the white man class system where, nigga, if you at the bottom, nigga, you at the bottom. You're there, you're stuck there, you ain't going nowhere.
Book of Deuteronomy chapter 29 verse 12.
If you go to 13, we finished 12. So.
Verse 13. That he may establish thee today for a people unto himself, and that he may be unto thee a God, as he hath said unto thee, and as he hath sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob.
Right. And because that's what the Lord do. He only deal with a certain group of people. He deal with one man and his family. That's what he always done. That's what the whole Bible is about. He started off with Adam, but Adam messed up. You know, but it still even happened because Noah was his great-great-great-grandson. So he ended up dealing with Noah and his sons. And then he didn't like the the Hamites and they seed. So he dealt with Shem all the way down to Eber, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Boom. That's how it goes.
Verse 14. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath.
You see, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you're not the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in that order, then you don't get this oath. You don't get this covenant. The Lord had nothing to do with you. You know, but people can't understand that because they done made our history, our Constitution, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, they done turned it into a religion. They had 5, 6, 7 different religions at that. Real talk. So so you can drop that if you can go to Numbers 9 and 13.
Okay.
And we're just gonna read that one scripture out of that one. You don't go too deep on that one. Just got a little point to prove about it.
The book of Numbers, chapter 9, verse 13. But the man that is clean and is not in a
No, you go ahead.
And is not in a journey, and forbear to keep the Passover, even the same soul shall be cut off from among his people.
Right. So basically, what Moses is saying, the Passover that happened when we came out of Egypt, you know, this is something we're gonna remember. You know, we ain't gonna ever forget what the Lord did for us. It's not so much even more about the Egyptian babies dying. It's so much more about the act that the Lord showed us, how much he loved us. That's what's really most important. It's most important, like, look what the Lord did for us. This is why we're going to remember this. The hell with them Africans. You feel me? We done been into Africans since this happened. You feel me? So that's not even really the point. The point is, look what the Lord will do for us. You know, when he's fed up. Because we were still wicked. We just had a man named Moses that was ready to change things. You know, you get a couple brothers that want to change some things, the Lord will step in. That's why we don't care about numbers. We don't care about how many men we got. We get enough righteous brothers and sisters, the Lord will step in and change everything. And that's what this was all about, the Passover. It was about what the Lord did for us. And it was so important that if you missed the Passover because you just didn't want to go, you know, you had no excuse, you did not get approved to miss it, nigga, you cut off. You were Israelite. You was a hew of wood. You couldn't make it. You know, draw of water, whatever. But you did not make the Passover because you just didn't want to go. Which basically, because it's a spirit behind it. You give me your mark. It's always the spirit behind it. You got motherfuckers that say, I ain't going to the Passover because I don't want to travel to Houston. I ain't going to the Passover because I don't want to be. Who is y'all to say we got to come down there? We can have it at the crib.
Right.
This is who Moses is talking about. He's talking about people like that that's out of the spirit. They didn't want to go just because they didn't want to go. That's the truth. They say it's in Houston or it's the ISUPK or they don't like the generals. They don't like our rank structure, whatever. They don't like that we make white people kiss our boots, which we don't. They do it willingly. You feel me? They gonna make up that just so they don't have to go. And that's what Moses was saying. Like, he know that, nigga, you ain't got no excuse not to go. And if you don't have no excuse not to go, that means you just didn't want to go. And you cut off. That's how serious it was. You was cut off. Point blank, period. And only reason why you was able to come back is because of Christ. Real talk. The only way you was able to come back is because of Christ. And that's how serious this is. But people don't understand that a lot of those people that was cut off, they was cut off because of this. They had ancestors that they had got put away. They got kicked out the family. Back then, you had brothers and sisters who grew up outside of Israel because they mamas and daddy did not want to keep the Passover. So now they was kicked out, but they knew they was Israel. They was taught they was Israelite. They was taught about the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But they did not come to the Passover. So they started to live like the heathens that they was around. Now, because of Christ dying on the cross, they able to come back.
So like I said, if I could to kind of go with the topic the topic of the class, you're saying that a lot of Gentiles were made because of this right here.
Yes, because of the law. They broke the law. They broke the law. Real talk. The law was you gotta have an excuse. You gotta be in the right spirit. And if you not and you didn't show up, nigga, you and your kids, y'all get the hell out of here. And now they grow up knowing they Israel, but they ain't Israel at the same time. Bloodline they is, but spiritually they fucking Moabites.
Right.
They African. They with the Hittite. They eating what they eat, serving their gods because they got kicked out. But because of Christ, they was able to come back. And the Gentile believers don't believe that. They thinking that everybody can be saved when it was talking about them niggas right here.
Right.
These Israelites that got kicked out because they missed the Passover, and they kids can now come back in. That's exactly who it was talking about. So you could drop that, and if you can go to Deuteronomy 23 and 2.
Count. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23, verse 2. A bastard shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord.
Right, a bastard. What's an illegitimate child? Hold on, wait. Let's look at that. Illegitimate child. You know, I'm from the hood. It's like from the hood. Illegitimate child is a legal term for a child born to parents who are not legally married to each other. That's simple. But of course, what the fake Israelites gonna say, what the Christians gonna say, they gonna say that an illegitimate child is talking about a heathen child that can come in. Maybe the mother had sex with a white dude and all kind of goofy stuff like that. But no, an illegitimate child is a child born to who parents who was not legally married. So basically, the father had sex with a hoe. You feel me? He had sex with a whore. The marriage was not. It was not ordained by the priest. It was not righteously. You feel me? All kind of you could just think of any type of way like that, but it don't say that the child is a heathen.
Right.
You feel me? It's just talking about a child that's illegitimate. The parents was not legally married. Maybe the child was made in adultery. It could have been all kind of things, but it wasn't the right way it was supposed to happen in Israel. And it say they cannot come into the congregation because we got a class system. You feel me? We trying to keep out all the wicked, goofy stuff. We let a bastard child in. This everybody has children. Nobody's doing it away. Nobody's going to the priest. Nobody's going to the father. You know? Nobody's doing it the right way. And now our whole society is turned upside down. Everybody baby mamas. Everybody got 3-4 baby daddies. You feel me? All kind of stuff can happen because we glorifying failure, which is what's happening right now in 2026. Because we accept bastard children, now we glorify failure. We glorify baby mamas and hot girl summers, and you know, you live what the women tell the daughters, don't be so serious about that man, and you know, have sex with a bunch of men until you find out what you like, which is stupid. And that's what happens when you let in bastard children. This is not talking about heathen children. You hear me? This is talking about a child from a relationship that's illegitimate. It's not legit. You hear me? And they couldn't even come in. They could not come into the congregation. Yeah, you go ahead.
Count. Even to his.
Oh, wait. But hold on, wait. I got to add the point. But now they can because of Christ.
Right.
So if you are an illegitimate child and your father is an Israelite, you could come in. The mother was white. Your mother was Chinese. your mother was a whore, a prostitute, you feel me? You were sold by her pimp, whatever. You're welcome because of Christ. That's what it's talking about for the Gentile believers.
Right. Hey, so like I said, if I could add something.
Yeah, go ahead.
I remember I was watching it was an episode of Cross the Line once, and General Muhammad was on the show, and somebody thought that somebody with a white mama couldn't come in. And General Muhammad's like, well, you think you're better because your mother was a whore?
Good night. Right. Your mama was a slut, a fucking monster. Real talk. Now that's heavy. But you think you good to go? This sister mama happened to be a white woman. The father, you know, he had an illegitimate relationship. Right. And you were the product of it, but you still Israelite. So you saying that your mama is a crackhead, but you better? Your mama was a crack fiend. What they say on New Jack City, you was the prom fiend? He told her you was the prom fiend. So you telling me, come on, stop it, man. That's the whole point of this class. That's the whole point of this whole breakdown, actually. Christ said they welcome, nigga. Real talk.
Even to his 10th generation shall he not enter into the congregation of the Lord.
And that's talking about this bastard children having a bunch of righteous kids up into the 10th generation, still can't even enter. That's how serious this was. We're going to verse 3.
Come, verse 3. An Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord, even to their 10th generation. They shall not enter into the congregation of the Lord forever.
Right. Now, this is talking about a man that has sex with an Ammonite or Moabite. The children from them, that's why I say the bastard is talking about an illegitimate child. You know, you have sex with a heathen woman. You know, you had sex with a whore. You know, you had sex with a woman and the marriage was not legit. You went out and just married the bitch. You seen her out, you fucked her. It's like, excuse my language. You feel me? You had a baby by her. You feel me? That's what it's talking about when it's talking about a bastard. But it put emphasis on Moabite and Ammonite. They cannot even come in forever because the Lord hated them because what they did to us when we was coming out of Egypt. They did something specifically to us that the Lord did not forget. Even though we forget, we gonna let bygones be bygones. You know how black people is. Right. We're gonna forgive and forget, not the Lord. And the Lord hated them so much that he didn't want nobody that had children by Ammonite or Moabite kids to ever come into the congregation. But now they can. Now, if you had sex with a heathen woman and you got kids by a heathen woman, the children can come in now because of Christ. Because of Christ. That's the point. You know, Gentile believers, that's the point. It don't have nothing to do with accepting heathens. You feel me? That's not what's going on here. So yeah, you could drop that. If you can go into the Apocrypha, into 2 Maccabees 6:1.
Count. The book of 2 Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 1. Not long after this, the king set an old man of Athens to compel the Jews to depart from the laws of their fathers.
Right. That's what they always try to do. That's what they always try to do. They're doing it now. They want us to depart from the laws of our fathers. If you black and you a Christian, you good to go. Even if you a Muslim, even after 9/11, which is stupid. I don't understand that. You should be weary. Like black people are Muslims. They bomb the World Trade Center. They bombing the troops in Iraq. Why would y'all be cool with that? Because long as we ain't saying we Israelites, that's always been a plan to get the Jews to stop believing in that God. Because when they believe in that God, we lose and they win. They rule over us, and we don't want them to rule over us because we want to rule. And the king was trying to get us to depart from the laws of our fathers.
And not to live after the laws of God.
Right. And what's going on right now is the Hellenization period, where the Greeks was trying to Hellenize the whole world. They was trying to make everybody conform to their beliefs and get away with what they believe. You know, that's what they was trying to do. They wanted everybody to believe that they were a Greek. They wanted everybody to believe in Zeus. You feel me? And the Titans and the gods and all that bullshit. That's what they wanted. And they tried to get us. And that's when, you know, everything got rough for the Greeks. You know, everything got rough for the Greeks when they tried to get us to believe in that shit. That's when now their kingdom is on its last leg. Because now y'all got that. Y'all went into Egypt and, you know, y'all went into the Europe and Asia, but now y'all coming into Israel with that bullshit? Nah, that's not how the Lord worked. And that's how Greeks fell, coming up against the Israelites. We're going all the way to 6.
Count. Verse 2. And to pollute also the temple of Jerusalem.
Right, and to pollute the temple of Jerusalem. Right, that's what I'm saying. Our temple was polluted. You know, they turned a lot of us into Greeks. A lot of us submitted. And they polluted the temple. Solomon's temple, which was so glorious, the Queen of Sheba was overly infatuated. But now it's polluted.
And to call it the temple of Jupiter Olympius.
Now, it ain't Solomon's temple no more, not at this time. Now they calling it the Jupiter Olympus.
And that in Gerizim of Jupiter, the defender of strangers.
Right, they naming our stuff after they stuff.
As they did desire that dwelt in the place.
Right.
Verse 3. The coming in of this mischief was sore and grievous to the people.
Right, this was grievous. This was a terrible thing. It was a terrible thing to try to take away a race of people's identity and make them follow you. It's the same thing the so-called white man did. That's why the so-called white man kingdom is about to fall, because he did the same thing his forefathers did. The same thing the Greeks did, and they lost their kingdom and was overthrown. The same thing they did, the so-called white man is doing right now. He's trying to make us forget that we Jews. And a lot of us agree. A lot of us have done it. A lot of us have said, you know what, Mr. White Man, you're right. I am a Black American, foundational Black American. Get the hell out of here. Come on, you feel me though? I'm a foundational Black American. Nigga, you an Israelite, nigga. They don't give a fuck about you saying that. They happy you say you a foundational Black American. As long as you don't say you a Jew, nigga. As long as you don't say you an Israelite. You feel me? But this was very grievous to the people for sure.
Verse 4. For the temple was filled with riot and reveling by the Gentile.
Right. And you got to understand, Gentile just mean nations. Depending on the context, it could be talking about us, or it could be talking about white people or Africans or Asians or whatever. But in this context, the Gentiles is talking about the other nations, because of context, it talked about how they polluted our temple and went into our temple and changed the name.
Who dally with harlots.
Right, they brought whores into our temple, which was not supposed to happen. Whores, this is a sacred place. They brought whores in there.
And had to do with women within the circuit of the holy place.
Stop it. They end up doing all kind of nasty stuff with women. Things that you're not supposed to do. They doing things in the temple that you are not supposed to do. And the Lord was furious. That's why he destroyed Greece. I'm telling you. He destroyed the Greeks because they was some evil, disgusting bastards, man, and lustful and homosexuals and all kind of stuff. And they trusted in their philosophy, and that philosophy got them destroyed. But in the midst of all this, it was a lot of our people start to follow them.
And besides that, brought in things that were not lawful.
Right. They pork. You know what it's talking about. Idols, pork. Idols, pork. That's all the white man is about. The white man is a pig.
Right.
You hear me? The white man is a pig. That's why if a white girl ever walk up to me and try to talk to me, I say, I don't eat pork. You can do whatever you want with that information. Then since you're so good at philosophy, you figure out what I'm trying to say.
Right.
You a goddamn pig. Oink, oink. I don't want nothing to do with you. Real talk.
Verse 5. The altar also was filled with profane things, which the law forbidded.
Right. Profane things that was unsacred. They bring it to the altar. When the altar was supposed to be for sacrificing lawful animals and stuff like that. You feel me? This is insane what they was doing. They was trying to destroy God's chosen people.
Verse 6. Lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days or ancient fasts.
Right. It wasn't lawful for us to keep the Sabbath days. These holy days that we brought back in 1969 that Commander Johanna kept and we still doing to this day, these holy Sabbath days, these high holy days, these ancient fasts, we cannot do these things. So if we couldn't do these things, what was we doing? Being Greeks. You know, being like the other nations that was around us, that we running away from the Greeks. So we run into other nations, being like them.
Or profess himself at all to be a Jew.
Right. It was illegal to call yourself a Jew. You know, just like it's illegal for a black person to call themselves a Jew right now. Because if you call yourself a Jew, they're going to say you anti-Semitic. They're going to try to take your job, take your money, take your page down, take your stream, take your money away. They're going to say your kids shouldn't belong to you because you're in a hate group. It's illegal right now for a black, Hispanic, or Native Indian to profess himself to be a Jew.
Right.
And back then, because it was illegal, we had a lot of black people that, okay, well, I ain't a Jew. I'm a Greek. You know, I'm Greek. I'm Roman.
Right.
You hear me? I'm from this city. Whatever city I'm living in, this is what I am. And that's why Paul and them went to all them cities to wake them brothers up, to let them know that it's no longer, you need to be scared to call yourself a Jew. It's no longer. During that time, okay, we get it. You get a pass. Your ancestors, they was cowards. They didn't want to die. They didn't want to get hung on trees. We get it. They was cowards and they bred cowards because y'all still calling yourself these heathen names, these Gentile names. You know, when Christ is now accepting y'all back, why are y'all still calling yourself these Gentile names? It's time for y'all to come back home, come back to the Lord. You know, that happened with the Maccabees was serious. You know, a lot of people died. We get it. A lot of people turned coward, but that's done. It was unlawful back then. It's not unlawful now. You know? Real talk. But the Gentile believers, they don't understand that. First of all, because they don't read that anyway. They don't read the Maccabees, which is the missing part. The whole Apocrypha is the missing part in between the Old and New Testament, which is why they can't understand it. You know, you can't watch the end of a movie and, you know, not watch the middle part. Just watch the beginning, fall asleep, watch the end, and think you know the movie.
Right.
Nah. You gotta get up and start over from where you left off at when you went to sleep. Start over when you left off at when you went to sleep, and then you can now understand the concept of the movie. Otherwise, you're gonna make up your own belief about it, you know, your own scenarios. So yeah, you could drop that. Let's go to Acts 15 and 19.
Come. book of Acts, chapter 15, verse 19. Wherefore my sentence is that we trouble not them which from among the Gentile are turned to God.
Right, among the Gentiles. We just read about how they became among the Gentiles because they were scared of the Greeks. You know, black people don't love white people. They just scared of them.
Right.
Black people don't believe everything that white people believe. They just scared of them. Black people don't really want to vote. They just scared.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. And what the brothers was doing, they was going out to them, man. But the Pharisees said that they all got to be circumcised. You know, and Peter, you know, this up in the chapter, you know, anybody can read this on their own. So I'm just giving a quick breakdown. Peter was saying, nah, you know, that's what he's saying when he say that we troubled not them. That's making them be circumcised. These is grown men. He like, hell nah, man. If that's the case, I'm gonna have to take a man whose mother is white and make him fucking black. How the fuck I'm gonna do that? Can't do that. This is a brother though. I can't do that, man. This woman was a whore. I have to make her forget all the men she has slept. I can't do that, man. You feel me? So I'm not gonna trouble them. There's no way we can do that.
Right.
So we're not gonna trouble them with that. You feel me? They turned to God, which from among the Gentiles. So we're not gonna trouble them with that. So that's what he's talking about when he say we're not troubling them.
Verse 20. But that we write unto them that they abstain from pollutions of idols.
Right. But that's what we will do. We ain't gonna make you get circumcised at 40 years old. But abstain from pollution of idols. Don't let these idols, you know, destroy your judgment and your belief.
And from fornication.
And look, you've been among the Gentiles for so long, you and your ancestors, that y'all think having sex with men's wives is cool. When we don't do that over here. Y'all think running trains on bitches is cool. We don't do that over here. You think having sex with a woman and throwing her away is cool? We don't do that over here. This is what he's doing. He's trying to break down to the brothers that's been among these heathens for so long, learning their culture, that look, if you want to come back over here, Christ died for you too. But you're gonna have to stop doing these things. Or you ain't gonna be able to come back over here. You're gonna have to stay where you at.
And from things strangled and from blood.
Right. Blood is unclean to us. I know over there, y'all eat the steak rare. You know, you cut the meat and just eat it. You know, you don't even let it cook all the way. We know that's how the white people get down. But we don't do that over here. You know, we don't do that over here. You let the blood drip on the ground. You know, you cut the neck, let the blood drip all the way out. You feel me? Real talk. So yeah, that's all that the brothers is trying to do. They're trying to just teach Israelite brothers who's been kicked out, who've been thrown away, you know, for so long. He's just trying to teach them, like, look, man, y'all can come back over here now. You come back. But these are the things y'all gonna have to do. We're not gonna make y'all get circumcised like the Pharisees, because they are grievous. That's just how they are. But we will tell y'all that you're gonna have to keep the law. For people to say that the law is not enough, come on, man, I ain't even catch that. That's not even the topic. That's not even the topic. I ain't gonna lie. That's funny as hell. So like I told you, I be just talking something. That'd be the Lord though. That'd be the Lord. That was not even the topic. But that's definitely more proof that nigga you can't break the law. Because this is all in the law. Or am I lying?
You got it, sir.
Pollutions of idols, fornication, strangle with blood, things, animals, meat, strangle with blood. This is in the law. Come on, man, goddamn. Y'all motherfucking Christians, y'all worried about the wrong shit. They worried about Gentile salvation. What about the law? Because it's in the New Testament. Goddamn. But we're going to 21. That's it.
Come. Verse 21. For Moses of old time had to every city them to preach him, being read in the synagogue every Sabbath day.
Right, that's the law. That's what I'm saying. That's what he telling them. This stuff we telling y'all was in the law. This was read every Sabbath day. And that's all we doing. We coming to y'all and we teaching y'all what Moses was teaching on every Sabbath day. You hear me? But y'all been going away from us so long, you don't even know the Sabbath is unlawful to you. You don't even worship. I ain't gonna say worship. That was bad. It's like, I did not mean to say that. But you don't even observe the Sabbath day. You hear me? You don't even observe the Sabbath day because y'all been with the damn heathens for so damn long. And it was unlawful to observe the Sabbath in ancient fast. It was unlawful. But we telling y'all that this is what we've done. You know, all the way back from Moses. In the synagogues every Sabbath day. Real talk. And that's all it's about. Christ is telling them brothers through the priests and prophets that was left, nigga, come y'all ass back over here. But if you do, you're gonna have to do this. This ain't got nothing to do with no fucking white people, man. They got nothing to do with no damn Chinese. They don't even care about the Chinese. Only people they care about is them white people.
Right.
When they say everybody can be saved, they think about Donald Trump.
Right.
They thinking about Trump. They ain't thinking about no damn Chinese man. Give a damn about his that shit funny as hell when you think about it. But if I could, you could drop that. Let's go to Matthew 10 and 5.
Come. The book of Matthew, chapter 10, verse 5. These 12 Yahweh shall send forth, and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentile.
Right. Stay out their way. You feel me? Don't go into the way of the Gentiles. Stay out their way. It's not the mission. You feel me? But that's just where they at. They in all these different cities, though. They in all these different cities polluting themselves with idols and fornication. But don't go into their way. Stay out the way of the Gentile. Go into the south side. Go to the west side. Go to the west end. Go to Newburgh. You feel me? Don't go out there where the white people at. Go to the hood. It's a hood in every one of these cities. And in that hood is Israelites there. Just like it is right now in America. As soon as you go to the hood, you see Israelites.
And into any city of the Samaritans, enter ye not.
Right, and don't go there. It's heathens there. You know, they done been the northern kingdom been gone. That the Samaritans is filled with heathens. Samaria is filled with heathens. You know, don't go that way. We're going all the way to verse 8.
Come. Verse 6. But rather go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Right, go. That's because this is a class thing, man. You got these high up Pharisees and rich Israelites, and they in the pockets. The Romans got them in their pocket. Feel me? Don't go there. Go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Feel me? Go there. Go to the lost sheep. Go to the hood. Don't go to these. Go stay out of the way of the other nations. Just so they don't even think for a second this belongs to them. Because during the Greek Empire and all other empires, it was all about bringing everybody together. You know, Babylon, Assyria, all these nations that ruled Egypt, even Egypt, they had class systems, but they was trying to bring everybody together. That's what they was trying to do. Christ wasn't trying to do that. And he wanted to make sure that they knew that that's not what we doing. You know, you stay out of the way of the other nations, which is when the Gentile, what it's talking about. Stay out of their way. Go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Go to the hood. Go in these cities. Go to Chicago, Cincinnati. All these cities is filled with white people. But stay out of their way and go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Verse 7. And as ye go, preach saying, the kingdom of heaven is at hand.
Right, and they talking about Christ. Christ is, look, man, the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Do you know who is with us, man? Do you know who trained us? The only begotten Son of the Father. who was prophesied throughout the whole Old Testament. This nigga right here with us, man. He with us. He ain't with the rich people. He ain't with the Pharisees. He with us. Do you know what's happening right now? All you motherfucking Israelites that's still calling yourself Greeks and Romans and, you know, you from Ephesians and all these damn surrounding places. Nigga, that kingdom of heaven is at hand. Feel me? And you need to repent. And now you can be brought back. That's the whole point. This is all this was about. They was going to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. They was lost, though. They was lost. They was calling themselves other names that they was not.
Verse 8. Heal the sick, cleanse the leper, raise the dead, cast out devils.
Right, because that's what was going on with our people. Same thing is happening now. We sick. You feel me? You got diseases. You got brothers that's the walking dead. Sisters the walking dead. Look at this. Go look on the corner. Just go and look on the corner. You will see them. The walking dead. And they filled with demons. That's what it was talking about. It was talking about the Israelites. Because this is what we was going through because we lost our culture for so long. You know, it was illegal to be a Jew. It was illegal to call yourself a Jew. So we were sick, diseases, dead spiritually, and was filled with demons. Real talk.
Hey, Salaki, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
If I could, what you said about that Walking Dead is heavy. Because I know shit, just driving through that little corner store right there by my house. You know what I'm saying? You'll see people out there strung out on drugs, and they'd be walking down the street and just fall asleep.
Man.
Like I was standing in the in what was that Save Lot the other day, and there was a lady in front of me that was falling asleep. Now this was at the dollar store.
Right.
The lady in front of me was leaned over in the dollar store asleep.
Damn.
The dude that was with her had to wake up just because. I mean, it's horrible. And like you said, it's literally the Walking Dead. Like people out here so lost and don't know anything about nothing and strung out on these drugs. It's literally like the Walking Dead. It's like,
no, that's a fact. Real talk. That's why they came up with the TV show. You know, that TV show. You do some research on that TV show. That's what they was talking about. You know, black people. Black people with them zombies. Yeah, you go ahead.
If I could, sir. If anybody remembers the original Night of the Living Dead, where all the zombie movies actually come from, at the end of the movie, the last person that got killed wasn't even a zombie, but it was a black man though.
Black dude. Yeah, I remember you broke that down before. Hey, we got to get that clip. If you should do a clip and break that down. What you just said, and find a clip of that scene. That should be heavy. I ain't gonna lie. Real talk.
Salaki, freely ye have received, freely give.
Right. That's what Christ saying. Like, shit, I gave y'all all this truth, all this game, all these parables. You feel me? I done cleansed y'all. Now y'all go cleanse the dead. Y'all go wake up y'all brothers and sisters. But somehow these damn idiots and got people to believe that this was supposed to be happening to white people. When white people was ruling the planet around this time, they wasn't sick. They wasn't dead. They was living in they truth. Ain't that what they call it? The Romans was rich. They was rich as hell. They ruled the damn planet.
Right.
The Roman Empire ruled the whole known planet at the time, except for like deep down in Africa. But the northern part of Africa and all of Europe, Greece, all that, they ruled that shit. Why would he be going to do this to white Romans? Don't even make sense. Like some stuff you just need common sense. Everything don't need a in-depth scholarly breakdown. Some stuff is just common sense. Why the hell would they go wake up the King Caesar? What a scripture about them going to Caesar to say, hey, Caesar, you need to come serve Christ. Where that's at? Where is it? Pontius Pilate, come serve Christ. Come on, man. What you doing with all this for? You tripping. Where is it? You ain't going to find it. Because that ain't who they was going to in the first place. They was going to the Israelites that was calling themselves other nations' names, which mean Gentile. Real talk. So yeah, you could drop that. Let's go to Second Chronicles in the Old Testament, 7 and 14.
Come. The book of Second Chronicles, chapter 7, verse 14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves.
Right, and we read that earlier with the oath in Deuteronomy 29. We made the oath to the whole class of Israel, from the captains all the way down to the hewers of wood and the drawers of water.
Right.
Them was the only ones he gave the oath to. And he's saying, after all the wicked stuff we done, if we just be, which are called by my name, if we just humble ourselves, something we not good at, black people. And that's because we done been blessed to be so good at everything. It's hard for us to be humble. Because we the children of God. So we just so good at so much stuff. It's hard for us to just be humble. But the Lord is like, if y'all just humble yourself, that's all we got to do. Black people. To get out of slavery is not that hard. We don't have to vote. We just got to humble ourselves. That's all. We think keeping the commandments is like, nigga, that ain't going to get me out of my condition, nigga. I'm going to get out of my condition because I quit smoking and, eating pork and crab and lobster. Nigga, that ain't going to work. Yes, it will. But you're not humble. That's arrogancy to say that little stuff is not good enough to get out of this condition. Right. You arrogant. You waiting on a miracle. You feel me? When a miracle is actually you stop doing these small things that you think is not a big deal.
And pray and seek my face.
Right, and seek my face is not smoking cigarettes. That little small thing you think not a big deal, that's what the Lord wants to change your condition. Seeking his face is to stop smoking cigarettes. You hear me? Stop selling crack. Stop being a drug dealer. Talking about you need to feed your kids when you went and bought a gold chain. That's the thing that killed me about drug dealers. I'm just trying to feed my kids with the biggest gold chain on. Like, nigga, you could have been stopped selling drugs, nigga.
And turn from their wicked ways.
Right, and that's what we got to do. We got to turn from our wicked ways. And that's what the brothers was doing in the New Testament. They was trying to go get Israelites to be humble, to pray, seek the face of the Lord, and turn from their wicked ways. That's what he was trying to get them to do.
And then I will hear them from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land.
And that's how it's going to happen. That's how the Lord going to forgive us for our sin. The Lord going to forgive us by us turning from our wicked ways. We got to turn from being wicked. You feel me? We got to turn from being wicked. Otherwise, it's not going to work. No way. Yeah, we gotta turn from our wicked ways. You gotta stop the small things that you think ain't that big of a deal because you're too arrogant. You don't think the Lord will fix your condition if you quit smoking weed. You think, oh man, come on, the Lord they don't care about that. That ain't it. It gotta be something deeper. No, that's it, nigga. You got dreadlocks. Oh man, dreads ain't that big of a deal. You worshiping another God, nigga. Yes, it is. Feel me? We got to turn from our wicked ways. And the Lord, and he also said he'll heal our land. Because our land is not here. It's another race of people in our land right now. And they running it into the ground. They having LGBT parades. They selling shrimp, crab, and lobster. They letting the Chinese sell shrimp, crab, and lobster. Which that killed me when I found that out. I say, what?
They over there dropping bombs on and starting wars with other countries.
Man, which is even more heavier than that. That's more heavier than what I brought out for sure. I don't know how I even didn't think of that. They dropping bombs in the land of next to King Solomon's temple.
Right.
You feel me? Like
over there killing children.
Where Christ walked, where Adam was at, where he named the animals. That's a holy sacred land. And they dropping bombs on it. Yeah, that's insane. Real tough. So yeah, you could drop that and go to Colossians 2 and 8.
So like I said, 2 and 8.
Yeah. Colossians 2 and 8.
The book of Colossians, chapter 2, verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit.
Right. Let any man spoil you, which is ruin. To be spoiled is to be ruined or destroyed. You know, and man is talking about mankind, because mankind will destroy you with philosophy. What's the biggest philosophy right now? Gentile salvation. Everybody can be saved. You could be a spiritual Israelite. You don't got to keep the commandments neither. That's philosophy. That's not real. To say that anybody can be a Israelite is philosophy, because you can't be Chinese. If I woke up one day and I went to the Chinese restaurant and pull out my app and start speaking Chinese and told them to let me get a job, they're gonna look at me like I'm stupid. You hear me? If I went into the African restaurant and started speaking that mumbo jumbo, they're gonna be looking at me like I'm stupid. But only an Israelite, you can just become that. Only the children of Israel, people can just become it because they feel like it or because they want to be a part of it. No other race you can do that to. It's not one. And that's what's happening. You being destroyed with philosophy and vain deceit, which is for nothing. All this stuff is for nothing. It's like, you go ahead.
No, it's like I was gonna say that's heavy, because like what you was bringing out earlier when you was talking about how they want to make it a religion instead of a culture. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can pretty much join any religion. Like you said, you can be a Muslim, you can be a Christian, you can pretty much be whatever religion you want to be.
Right.
But you can't be whatever culture you want to be.
No.
And that's why they try to turn the Bible and Israelites and all that into a religion instead of letting it be what it is. It's a culture. It's like it.
No, that's a fact. No, that's a fact. Real talk. That's exactly what it is. Feel me? All that stuff is philosophy. Ain't none of that stuff real. And we being destroyed by it. And they said this in the New Testament. Real talk.
And vain deceit, after the traditions of men.
Right, traditions of men. All this stuff is traditions of men. They had the Council of Nicaea where they made up all this stuff. They made up all this stuff about Gentiles, and they ain't know them niggas wasn't in the truth. Them niggas was having councils about shit, trying to come up with their own belief. All they ass was against the other nigga. This nigga was against that nigga. This group of niggas was against that group of niggas. They believe this, they believe that. This is all traditions of men. This is man-made traditions, stuff they just came up with.
After the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
Where all this stuff is after the world, not after Christ. All these philosophy, all this stuff that people keep trying to make you believe, ain't none of this stuff of Christ. All this stuff is of the world. You hear me? And what Christ say, love not the world, neither the things in the world. If you love the world, the lust of the Father, you hear me? I mean, you love the world, that's the lust. I forgot how it goes. So like, real talk. ISUPK, maybe you can get that one real quick. I don't know. I think I butchered it. Thought I had it.
What's that? That's 2 John. Is that 2 John?
I think 1:19. I think it is. But yeah, though, that's the truth though. That's the truth. I think it's 1 John 1:19. But yeah,
Might be 1 John.
Yeah, it's 1 John. I think 1:19. Like, I think I butchered it. I was close though. I was almost there.
He was at the door.
2. I think it's 2:19.
1 John 2:19.
No, that ain't it. It's 15.
Okay. It's the book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man in the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Right, and that's a fact. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. You feel me? The love of the world is loving their philosophy, their belief. You know, a lot of these things that you in love with America is philosophy. It is not in the Bible. It is not what the Most High in Christ set out. You feel me? It is not the way it was supposed to be from the beginning. It's just philosophy. It's man-made stuff that fit their agenda. We're gonna talk. So last scripture, let's go to Hebrews.
So I'm gonna read 16 too, because I think you wanted 16 too.
Let me see.
Verse 16. For all that is
that is what I want, because that's when I started talking about the lust of the flesh.
Okay. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh.
Right. All that is in the world is the lust of the flesh. All the philosophies and beliefs of the world outside of what the Most High in Christ set out is the lust of the flesh. They flesh was lusting, and they just started coming up with their own philosophies about, well, maybe this how it should go. Maybe we should do it this way because of what they flesh was telling them that they like.
And the lust of the eyes and the pride of life.
Pride of life. Now that's the heavy part. The pride of life. You feel me? Not being humble. You got too much pride. Instead of being humble and just doing it the way the Lord wanted you to do, you got too much pride. You got too much pride, and with too much pride, you create religion. You know, you create philosophies that's not real, that's not going to help, that's going to destroy people's lives. And then you're going to be calling yourself a doctor when you never even went to college for it. You feel me? You never even got the degree. You plagiarized your whole thesis. You feel me? That's what happened. The pride, too much pride.
Right.
You got too much pride, you're going to just start to believe your own lies. And they call that what? Being delusional.
Okay. It's not of the Father, but is of the world.
100%. It is not of the Father. These man-made beliefs, this stuff ain't in the Bible. If it's not in the Bible, it's not real. You feel me? It's not real. If we can't find a scripture to prove what you saying, then nigga, it's just philosophy. You know? If there's no scripture behind the back what you saying, it's just philosophy. You just talking shit. You know? If you saying something, I don't give a fuck how heavy it sound. If it ain't no scripture to back it, nigga, you just talking shit. Real talk. Like, we serve the Lord in here. We don't serve men. You know, because serving men is gonna turn into a religion. You're gonna worship the motherfucker after that. They're gonna say something, it's gonna sound good and elegant, and then you're gonna be celebrating their birthday every year. Worshiping them like Martin Luther King.
Verse 17. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of God abideth forever. Right, and that's a fact. All these philosophies and beliefs pass away. It's gonna be here, then it's gonna be gone. You know, they trying to resurrect Egypt in the Book of the Dead, but that's bullshit. Kevin Zarek can crush that shit left and right. I don't even know no more damn conscious community. I don't even know who's left. Who the fuck we gotta beat next? You feel me? I don't even know who is left in the conscious community because it just passed away. That's over.
It's a wrap. I don't know what's going on with it. You know, the fake Israelite groups, where they at? They just passing away. IUIC, you next, and I feel sorry for you because you wanted to be the biggest Israelite group, and you know what happens when you believe in numbers. I don't know if they know about what happened when King David numbered the people.
Numbered the people, yeah.
It's gonna be real bad for y'all. You want to march up and down the street trying to show off? Well, it's gonna be bad for you. You know. Real talk. Oh wait, no, you finished it. But he to do the will of God abide forever, and that's the point. What we do is going to abide forever. It's gonna stand. It's not gonna pass away. You know, it ain't gonna be one day you're here, the next day you're gone. No, that's not how it's gonna happen with us. You feel me? This what we teach is the doctrine of Christ. You feel me? This is what he taught. When he walked the earth, what we taught is what he taught. We ain't teaching no new thing. So you could drop that. Let's close it out with Hebrews 9 and 13, but we're gonna go all the way to 17.
It's like you said, Jude.
Not Hebrews 9 and 13 to 17.
Okay. The book of Hebrews, chapter 9, verse 13. For if the blood of bulls and of goats and the ashes of a heifer, sprinkling the unclean, sanctified to the purifying of the flesh.
Right. That's the old covenant. The old covenant was about sacrificing animals and stuff like that when you committed a sin. You know, it was supposed to purify you for what you done.
Verse 14. How much more shall the blood of Christ, who through the eternal Spirit offer himself without spot to God?
Right. So what should be more, sanctified? What's more holy? What's more serious? A damn cow, a bull, or a man that ain't never did nothing wrong but died for you and you don't even know him. He don't even know you. He don't even know you. But he died for you. Not only for the people that was alive. He died for Israelites that was gonna sin. They ain't even nowhere around. It's 2026. It's Israelites that were sinners. They come find the truth, and Christ dying 2,000 years ago. They good. Niggas right now, they right now in 2026 didn't know that they was, this was a sin. That was a sin. Come find the truth, and even they say, that's how serious this is. Ain't no damn cow or no damn bull is worth this. That's why I'm saying how much more shall the blood of Christ, if a cow or a bull would sanctify somebody that was a sinner, how much more is this?
Purge your conscience from dead works to serve the living God.
Right, and that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to purge your conscience. You feel me? You're supposed to purge your conscience knowing that somebody that you don't even know died for you. You in court, about to go to jail for life. Some nigga step up and say, I'll take the charge. You don't even know the nigga. He don't know you, but you his brother. You his sister. And they're supposed to purge your conscience more than some animal you had to give up.
Verse 15. And for this cause, he is the mediator of the New Testament.
Right. He's the middleman. Without Christ, ain't no coming back to the Lord. It's over with. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians, you're just another nation of people. You can go call yourself whatever the hell you want. That's what people don't understand about this Gentile salvation bullshit. That ain't what this is about. This is about a nation of people that was thrown away, who now can come back into their culture. And the middleman between it is a black man the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. He's the middleman.
That by means of death, for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first testament.
Right. Under the first testament, who was under the first testament? Israel. Everybody, the whole world went under the first testament. Israelites was under the first testament. If they transgressed, they had to give a bull, a cow. They had to do this, that. Some crimes you had to die. Some you had to get put out the congregation. But regardless, it was about Israelites. That was who was under the first testament. It's like you have something?
Yes, like I said, if I could, I've never seen in all the battles I've seen the UPK in, I've never seen anybody have an answer for this scripture right here.
Nope. They'll run from it.
Right.
Anybody try to battle us, this scripture come out, they want a water break. they want a water break. They like
it's a time
water break, coach. You feel me? It's hot as hell out here. Yeah, I know it is. It's like, hell no.
They which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance.
Right. They which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance, man. And that was under the first testament because they was thrown away. This whole thing that's going on in the New Testament is about Israelites that was under the first testament. And now Christ being the mediator to bring them back to God so they can have a promise of eternal inheritance. That's all it's about. Like you kick your son out the house. You want your son to get his shit together. And his brothers and his siblings want him to. And when he do, now he get eternal inheritance.
Verse 16. For where a testament is,
right, a covenant, that's what it's called in the Old Testament, but a testament is just a covenant.
There must also of necessity be the death of the testator.
Right. It must be the death of the tester. What's a tester? That's a person who makes a will. I mean, that's why I say Christ is the mediator. He's leaving a will. You feel me? And because he had to die. He had to die, just like the bulls had to die. The goats, the lambs, had to die. People had to die in the Old Testament. If you had sex with another man's woman, you had to die. If you killed somebody unlawfully, you had to die. You feel me? That was the Old Testament. But now, because it's a New Testament, you feel me? It must be necessity be the death of the tester, which is Christ.
Verse 17. For a testament is a force after men are dead.
Right. Somebody got to die. Something has to die. You feel me? Something has to die to make this real. Otherwise, you would never repent. Even back then, you wouldn't repent even a little bit if I didn't kill all your damn best goats and bulls. If I didn't kill you when you was having sex with your father's wife. And kill her too, to just let the whole nation know this cannot be, you can't do this. Our culture is very extreme. It's real extreme. I don't know if people know it or not. But our culture, you have to die. All this, go to jail for 40 years and all this bullshit. That's the white man's culture. Our culture is real extreme. And that's, you get put to death for breaking the law. So yeah, somebody had to die for this to happen. Because the Old Testament was broke. That covenant, that contract was broke.
Otherwise, it is of no strength at all while the testator liveth.
Right. It's no strength at all while the tester liveth. If Christ didn't die, then it's no strength in this. What would make people want to come back to a culture that was dead, that was gone? The Greeks tried to kill it. The Romans tried to kill it. What would make people come back to that if they didn't never hear about this man that died for them and he did absolutely nothing wrong? He did miracles. He was famous. He was the son of King David, the great-great-grandson of King David. That roof everybody hear about, that was his great-great-great-grandmother. You feel me? Jesse, King David, slaughtered Goliath. This is his family. It's the king of Israel, and he died and ain't never did nothing wrong. That's the only way motherfuckers will say, look, all right, hold on, wait. I'm tripping. This pork ain't that serious. If this nigga would die for me, I could stop eating pork. I could stop smoking cigarettes.
Right.
I could stop doing these small things that I think is not that big of a deal, which is what most black people do. They live their life thinking that it's so small that they don't never got to stop. And that's the whole point of the Gentile salvation breakdown. Like, nigga, that was talking about our family. Shit ain't had nothing to do with no damn white people, because we know that's all people even cared about. Real tough. Yeah, that's all I had on that, though. Yeah, that's the end of tonight's class. You feel me? Tune in every Monday, Tuesday. Tune in Wednesday night for the podcast. ISUPK, Kentucky. If I could pass a class over the priest and officer of 1,000, Karl Marx.
ISUPK security announcements. Well, the ISUPK started at a 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. Another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3-10, the 10th in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, currently in the feast of first fruits until Sunday, May 31st. With that, we'll do one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh, Yahweh,